Welcome back to Well Kept Wednesday. It's your favorite homegirl, Coriel. So very honored that you decided to stop on by, sit with your sis, and get a good word for how you can remain a well kept woman. Now, if you are here for the first time, first of all, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Second of all, if you happen to enjoy podcasts, then you are absolutely going to love my Girl Stop Playing podcast, where I encourage you to stop playing with your potential. So make sure you subscribe to the Girl Stop Playing podcast on your favorite podcast player as well. I drop brand new episodes every single Sunday, and the video podcasts, when we produce them, are released right here on YouTube every single Monday. Now, this well kept movement. It's not even just Well Kept Wednesday. Okay. Today I have an announcement about the next level for the well kept women, but this is the first level of conversation. The conversation is really meant to encourage, empower, and motivate other Black women to be more intentional about their self care and to realize that if you don't take care of yourself, all of those degrees, all of that work, all of those dollars, all of those things that you are working every day to accomplish are literally not going to be worthwhile if you are not well. And as I am getting deeper on my wellness journey, God whispered in my ear and said, Sis, you got to take some other women with you. And so last week we launched this Well Kept Wednesday, a free conversation right here on YouTube every single Wednesday, where I am sharing with y'all some of the research that I am doing, some of the rabbit holes that I found myself diving into, so that we can make informed decisions. Now, one thing about me, I believe in freedom of choice. Okay. And I don't believe in a cookie cutter anything. So I am not here to preach to you. I am not here to promote any lifestyle, religion, way of living. My only goal is to pique your interest with the conversations that I'm having so that you can do your own research, develop your own opinion, and make an informed decision. Because a lot of what we have been, I'm going to just say brainwashed to believe, a lot of what we are regurgitating based on how we were raised, it's not rooted in any truth. And so as we evolve, as we develop, we should be developing our own definitions for things. We should be developing our own belief systems, so that we can not just pass on what we were taught that is not even necessarily what we believe. A lot of the times when we start to question how we were raised, especially when it comes to religion, it's uncomfortable. We get that voice in our head that starts telling us we're gonna go to hell, that we can't be, asking these questions, that we just gotta trust God. I get it. Okay, I get it, sis. But if you are somebody who just can't take, if you can't take that explanation any longer and you're ready to explore information so that you can come to your own conclusions, come on, sis, you in the right place. Okay. So make sure you hit subscribe. Now, last week on episode 1, I decided to start on a light note because I didn't want to just jump into conspiracy where I'm very comfortable. But I wanted y'all to come back. So I decided episode 1 was going to be sharing an age old resource, something that I'm willing to bet your mama either has now or once had up under her kitchen cabinet, and that is castor oil. So if you did not know that castor oil is that, girl, sis, definitely go back to episode 1 and catch yourself up. Okay. I shared with y'all all of the uses for castor oil, how you can use castor oil packs to literally detox your body, as well as some of the beauty and wellness products that you are probably paying a pretty penny for that you can replace with castor oil. So go back and get caught up on episode 1. Today we're gonna go a little bit deeper. I really want to kind of set the stage and set the tone and just make clear what this whole well-kept woman movement is all about. So we're gonna define what a well-kept woman is today. But first, I gotta blow y'all mind real quick. We gotta start with a mind-blowing moment. So my question of the day is: do you know what you wiping your butt with? Do you know what you are wiping your most precious areas with? Do you know that you could be poisoning yourself based on an everyday product that you are using? Sis, I'm talking about your toilet paper. I'm talking about your toilet tissue. I'm talking about this toilet paper that is approved for use in the United States of America that contains toxic chemicals. Okay. Now, if you think I'm being dramatic, I got some research here. You know, I'm always going to reference the research of some of the chemicals that are included in a lot of the most popular toilet tissue brands. Okay. So chlorine, first of all, and this goes beyond toilet tissue. So I'm saying toilet tissue, but I want you to think paper towels. I want you to think baby diapers. I want you to think sanitary napkins, your pads, your tampons. I want you to think baby wipes. All of these cotton based paper products, that's what I'm talking about, okay? So chlorine is used because would you use brown toilet paper or toilet paper that wasn't bright white? Probably not. We are bougie Americans. And if you have the choice, you want the brightest white, you want the cleanest look. And in order to achieve that clean look, they're using chlorine. Okay, so toilet tissue contains chlorine. It contains formaldehyde, which, if you were here last week, we talked about how most of your most popular eyelash glues contain formaldehyde, which is a toxic chemical. Okay. It contains a petroleum based mineral oil. So, literally, petroleum that's in gasoline, you wiping your ass with it. Okay. In case you didn't know, fragrances are included in a lot of baby wipes and tampons and pads and toilet paper. If you ever have the option to choose fragrance free for anything, you want to choose fragrance free. And we're going to have to do a whole nother episode on fragrance and what they hide underneath the name fragrance in the ingredient list. It's a whole rabbit hole. Again, these things are legal. Ask yourself why. Ask yourself why this is legal in the United States of America. Okay, so chlorine, formaldehyde, petroleum oil, fragrances, and BPA. So, when you are searching for BPA free water bottles because you know that you don't want to ingest BPA, well, you are applying it to your skin and even internally because, sometimes you be going deep with the toilet tissue. You know how we do. Okay. And even think about like pads that you are literally sitting in your panties up close and personal, which are private areas for hours on end. And that's a pad. A tampon is literally inserted into your body for hours on end. So these chemicals can literally be mixing with all of your internal bodily fluids going directly into your bloodstream. And we wonder why there is this spike in cancer. We wonder why people are getting sick out of nowhere suddenly, seemingly suddenly, but we're literally doing it to ourselves because we believe ignorance is bliss, or we want to get the cheapest option possible when the cheapest option is your choice, but it's going to pay you. I mean, you're going to have to pay in the long run. Okay. So you pay now or you pay later. So I don't want to just bring you all the problems. Your girl has a solution. Again, I'm going to link these. I do make a couple coins off of Amazon, but baby, when I say a couple coins, I literally mean some pennies. Okay. I get, emails that I made like 58 cents on Amazon. So if you want to just go search this on Google, by all means, I'm not going to be mad about it, but I am going to put the link down below to make it easier. So this is the brand that I use. And I know sometimes it's blurry when I try to hold stuff up. So again, I'll link it down below, but it's called Emily's Choice Bamboo Toilet Paper. If there is a bamboo alternative available, you want to opt for bamboo whenever possible. Okay. Bamboo alternatives are available for a lot of the paper products. So there are bamboo toilet tissue, there's bamboo paper towels, there's bamboo pull-ups. My baby uses bamboo diapers. These are not bamboo, but this is a brand that I have done research on, and you can do your own research. Chances are the baby wipe brand that you are using includes toxic chemicals. This is one honest brand, sensitive. I always go for sensitive. I always go for unscented, but these are the honest baby wipes that we use. So I'll link those down below. But baby, ignorance is not bliss when it comes to what you are putting on and in your body. Okay. So once you know better, you got to do better. Save yourself, save a sis, send this to a friend. Okay. So moving right along. Today, I want to talk about what exactly a well kept woman is. Like, what is this well kept lifestyle? So, I have just a couple of ways that you would be able to recognize whether or not you are indeed a well kept woman, or if you are on your journey, if you're on your path. I don't know that being well kept is a destination. It's probably something that we are going to continue to aspire to. But I just wanted to define it for the sake of continuing this conversation, because well kept Wednesday is something that I'm going to be doing every single week. But being a well kept woman is a lifestyle, it's a movement, it is a ministry that I am proud to promote, a mantra that I want to live by. Because, baby, just as my shirt says, there is nothing like a well kept woman. And I am on a mission to not only do well and live well, but to help other women just like you do the same. Okay. So, the first way that you will know whether or not you are a well kept woman. A well kept woman, and if you see me looking down, I got some notes, okay? A well kept woman understands that selfishness is not a sin. And I'm going to take it a step further. Not only does a well kept woman understand that selfishness is not a sin, she also realizes that sacrificing yourself is a sin. You are literally sinning against yourself when you sacrifice yourself at the expense or for the benefit of someone else. So when you are that person who thinks that you're just being nice by people pleasing, you are literally self sabotaging. You are literally talking yourself out of the opportunities, the blessings that God has for you. You giving your blessings up to somebody else and then wondering why you so frustrated about not getting the things that you're praying for. Perhaps the reason that you don't recognize the blessings is because you're too busy doing stuff for other people to even pay attention to the fact that God has already blessed you with the prize. Sis, I don't know if you realize this or not, but overextending yourself, sacrificing yourself for other people, a lot of times is a trauma response. A lot of times it is because we are not healed ourselves. It is because we don't want to face our own ish. So instead of me dealing with my own ish, I'm going to distract myself from my reality by coming on over and burdening myself with the things that you got going on. Sacrificing yourself is a sin against yourself, and a well-kept woman understands that. A well-kept woman understands that she doesn't need to take ownerships of the feelings or the opinions of other people. And I'm going to put an underline under the word opinions. So many of us, or y'all, because this ain't me no more, but so many people get caught up in making decisions, literally life-changing decisions, based on the opinions of other people. And sometimes these opinions are opinions of strangers, people on social media who we will literally never meet. But sometimes they're the opinions that we value most. Sometimes they're the opinions of your man, the opinions of your mama, the opinions of your best friend, the opinions of your boo, that have you out here questioning the things that God already answered for you. Sometimes we are so busy taking ownership. We have taken on the opinions of other people that now we are no longer defining ourselves, but we are just laying down and bowing down to the definition that somebody else puts on us. And so well kept women understand that we got to get a little selfish. Well kept women understand that we got to take time for ourselves and spend time with ourselves so that we can start defining who we are, so that nobody outside of us can tell us who we are because we've already defined it for ourselves. Well kept women understand that no is a complete sentence that does not require any further explanation. And I'm going to leave it at that. Well kept women understand that being a people pleaser, okay, for the people again who pat themselves on the back for doing all of the things for everybody else, but then moving yourself off of your to-do list for today because you don't even have time to get to that. I'll just take care of that tomorrow. Well kept women understand that we are at the top of our to-do list, that we are our priority. Cat Williams said you got to take care of your star player, baby. Okay. You can't be out here showing up for everyone else, but making excuses for yourself. And a well kept woman understands that. A well kept woman is intentional about her self love lifestyle. And I had self care here and then I like crossed it out and put love instead because I feel like self care, that doesn't do it justice because it truly is an act of love. And I guess self care and self love kind of goes together, but it's an act of love when you care for yourself. You can't say you love yourself if you don't care for yourself. But a lot of times we think if we go to the spa, that's enough. That's care. I have cared for myself for the day. But baby, that is not it. That's literally just the beginning. So your self-love lifestyle, and I say lifestyle because this literally it should become a part of who you are, a part of how you are. Okay. So it should include your prayer, your meditation, whatever makes the most sense for you and your belief system. It should include me dates. If you're one of those women who can't stand to spend time with yourself, sis, I'm talking to you. Okay. It's going to take you sitting with yourself and asking yourself those hard questions. What is it about myself?
Hi, I'm Sean Nelson, founder and CEO of Lovesac and host of the Let Me Save You 25 Years podcast. Imagine learning from the best without the years of struggle. On my podcast, I sit down with stars like Montel Jordan and Sarah Blakely to share the hard-earned lessons that can save you time and effort on your path to success. Ready to speed up your success story? Listen to Let Me Save You 25 Years with Sean Nelson wherever you get your podcasts.
Stuff that I don't like. Because I'm willing to bet if you don't like it, it's probably a turn off to some other people too. It's probably repelling some other people as well. So if you don't like yourself, let's get to the root of why that is. So spend some time with yourself so that you can figure out how to love yourself, be the most loving version of yourself so that when you go out into the world, you attract nothing but love. But when you really can't stand yourself, when you really got stank energy for yourself, that's when you attract nothing but that negativity, that pessimism, that stank energy from everybody else. So creating a self-love lifestyle, it could literally be as simple as your skincare routine. When I first started my skincare routine, and it's really basic, okay? I'm not doing no self-care routine videos. I'm not dropping no links to my self-care routine because it is a real basic baddie self-care routine. Y'all know I consider myself to be a basic baddie. I'm not doing all that extra stuff. I'm doing bare minimum over here. And even my bare minimum self-care routine makes me feel good because I'm taking my time with myself. How many of y'all can relate to the fact that so many women don't even stop to see themselves in the mirror? A lot of us can literally go entire days without seeing ourselves truly. I'm not just talking about like looking up at your mouth while you're brushing your teeth in the mirror, but like really looking yourself in the eyes, seeing yourself. A lot of us are uncomfortable with that. And so just taking time with yourself, not rushing through every part of your routine because you got to check it off your to-do list. You got to get to the next thing. You got to be something for somebody else. We got to spend time being all that we need for ourselves. So it could be a skincare routine. It could be a nightly bubble bath or a weekly bubble bath if your schedule ain't set up like that. It could be a monthly spa day or a quarterly spa day if your budget is not set up like that. It could be a quarterly staycation or a monthly staycation if your budget is set up like that. Wellness checks. So y'all know I am all into the alternative the holistic wellness modalities, from acupuncture to sound therapy to Reiki to yoga. um Find one that feels good for you and just explore it. Not that you have to, become a yogi master or get a Reiki certification, but just start to explore things that have not always been so common for you and for our community. Because a lot of the things that we think are like woo woo and we are scared, we've been, brainwashed to believe could, send us to hell if we try it. If we meditate too long, we going, awaken the spirits. Since a lot of us have been steered away from these things because society doesn't really want us to know our true power. And when we sit with ourselves for long enough, especially when you start adding in some of these different practices that have literally been around for our people since like the beginning of time, when you really start to tap into some of these things, and spirit will lead you however you need to be led. But when you really start to just tap into some of these things and recognize and realize your power and realize how bomb you really are, then you won't have a problem spending time with yourself. You won't have a problem being intentional and consistent with your self-love routine. When you start realizing who you are and whose you are. So a well-kept woman has a self-love lifestyle or a self-loving lifestyle. She loves herself as her lifestyle. It is literally who she is. A well-kept woman watches the company that she keeps. Baby, my energy is sacred. My space is sacred. Okay? I have to make sure I am maintaining a safe space, and that means I can't just let everybody in. She watches the company that she keeps so much because she understands that her presence truly is a present. I'm not just willing to be out here fraternizing with everybody. I'm not just willing to be out here connecting myself to everybody because my name got to stay clean. My reputation has to hold weight, right? And so I want to make sure that the people that I'm associating myself with have that same moral standard that I have. In the world, the culture that we live in, where people value money over morals, where it matters more how many funds you have or from how many followers you have, more so than you actually being a good human being. It is easy to get lost in the sauce. It's easy to get caught up trying to go with the popular crowd and getting away from your God-given purpose. But a well-kept woman understands that she can't just be friends with everybody. She can't just get caught up with anybody. She can't just be associated with everybody. So not only does she value her morals, her morality over money, she doesn't associate with people who are immoral. So this is the problem that I personally have. And this might just be a me thing, but I can't hold myself to this moral standard, say that I am, a child of God, a woman of God, feel like I am living my God given purpose, but then associate myself, be okay standing next to the person who is immoral, who I know is immoral. Not this word on the street said so and so is doing this, but you've seen it with your own eyes. And you're still willing to associate yourself with it. You're still willing to be friends with them because of the benefit that you believe that you get from the association. Baby, there is no benefit in associating yourself with someone who could potentially be blocking your blessings. Because God don't bless no mess. So as long as you are being messy and connecting yourself to messy people, you gonna get dirty. You can't be surprised if you get dirty when you are literally surrounding yourself with messy people. That is just not how it works. So I don't know about y'all, but I am not money hungry. I am mission driven. If it is not in alignment with my mission, I don't care how much money you gonna pay me. If it is not in alignment with my mission, I don't care how much money you got. Some people are so quick to associate themselves with people who got money, thinking that that's going to be your money. Sis, just because they got money, it doesn't mean that it transfers to you because you friends with them now, because you cool with them now, because you did a post with them, because you're in a relationship with them. Dating a rich man does not make you rich. Now, maybe marrying a rich man does something for you. But baby, associating yourself with foolishness simply because you think you got to go along to get along, that is not the well-kept woman way. Okay. A well-kept woman understands that she has to watch the company that she keeps. At last, but certainly not least, a well-kept woman recognizes that she is well kept by her creator. That at the end of the day, as fly as she is, as financially free as she may be, if her faith is not strong enough to know that it is her creator that keeps her, she will fail. If her ego is set up in such a way that she thinks she got this, she will fail. A well kept woman understands that she can do well, she can be focused on being well, but at the end of the day, it is her creator that is keeping her. It's not that job. It's not that man. It's not that title. It's not that degree. It's not that position. It ain't that paycheck. Your true provider is your creator. Your creator is who keeps you. And a well kept woman doesn't get that confused. She leans into her faith, even when that fear starts to creep in. The thing that I need for y'all to understand is that the fear doesn't go away. How you approach it, how you get through it, how you face it changes. What you start saying to it, how you start bucking back at it, that's all that changes. But the fear is going to keep showing up. The only difference between the people who are successful and the people who seem to be failing is how they respond to fear, but it's showing up for everybody. And so a well kept woman understands that when fear knocks at the door, faith has to open it. Because, baby, you can't step foot in this house. And a well kept woman understands that fear and faith cannot operate the same space. So you got to make a choice. Inside of a well kept woman's home is only space for her faith. Fear cannot enter, fear has no dominion when you cross this doorstep. And a well kept woman understands that. A well kept woman understands that she has to create her own relationship outside of religion, outside of the religion that you subscribe to, because this is what your mama said is going to keep you out of hell. You have to develop your own religion with your source, with your creator. And a lot of times, as you evolve, as you mature, as you grow, as you are exposed to other things, as you read different books, as you have enlightening conversations, your relationship changes. The relationship that you have as a 30-year-old woman, the relationship that you have with God as a 30-year-old woman should look a little different than the relationship that you had when you were 13, based on, your 13-year-old perception, based on what your parents taught you. As you evolve, as you grow, as you mature, a well-kept woman understands that she is not wrong for redefining her relationship with God based on her new belief systems, based on her new understanding. Okay? So a well-kept woman understands she's kept by the creator and understands that her creator can only keep her if she consistently taps in, if she consistently checks in, if she consistently makes sure that she is going back to God on a daily basis. And sometimes it's multiple times per day, to make sure that every single decision that I'm making is in alignment with your divine assignment. Because, baby, I don't want to be out here trying to go off of what I think. I have wasted enough time, energy, resources, and more money than I care to admit, trying to figure it out, trying to test it, trying to just do what I think. I'm going to tap in. I'm going to check in. I'm going to go back to God and say, yo, can you just confirm for me one more time that I'm on my path? Can you just confirm for me one more time that this is my purpose? Can you just confirm for me one more time that this is how you want me to serve and sow in this season? So, sis, if you find yourself in a season where you know you can do better because now you know better, if you are in a season where you know you have to start keeping yourself at a higher standard, I want to invite you to join me on this well-kept mission, inside this well-kept ministry, because it is very much a faith-based, God-led lifestyle. So I told y'all that Well-Kept Wednesday, this free conversation, is just the beginning. But But I want to take it beyond just me talking to you. I really wanted to create a community where we can have engaging conversations, where you can truly connect with other like minded, like spirited women who are on this same journey of being well kept. Because it's not a destination. Okay. And I don't know it all. All right. But I am connected to some amazing people, and I'm connected to the creator that always makes sure he connects me with the people who I need to connect to my people. And so if you are here, that means you are my people. I don't believe in coincidences. I don't believe you are here, especially at the end, for no reason. So if you feel led, I definitely want to invite you to tap the link below. Join me inside the free community that I've created. It's called the Well Kept Woman Community, and it is literally for women who are on their wellness journey, wanting to do well, be well, and ultimately live well. As a member of the Well Kept Woman community, you will have access to monthly workshops. So I'm bringing in experts because, baby, I am not the expert. Okay. I do what I do, and then I'm going to bring in people who do what they do. So every single month, I'm connecting you all with an expert in the wellness space for a virtual wellness workshop, a Q&A, so that you can ask your specific questions, because it's cool to log on, and watch a video on YouTube, but there is something that is just so special about having that intimate conversation where you can ask your questions and get the information that truly matters to you. So every single month we will be having those virtual workshops online. There's also going to be invitations to join me offline for some in-person experiences as well. I got a retreat up my sleeve that I'm just super excited to get into. So if you are looking for a safe space online to connect with like-spirited sisters who are on their journey of wellness, join us. The Well Kept community is officially open, and I would love to see you inside. Last but not least, we're also having group therapy. Okay, free group therapy inside of the community. I have personally experienced the value and benefit of therapy, and I truly believe that all of us need some healing. Okay, all of us have been traumatized in some way, and so a lot of the times we cannot get ourselves out of the problems we got ourselves into. Okay. And so by tapping into therapy as a resource, you can absolutely start to see some changes and some growth, some positive growth. But everybody doesn't have the resources to be able to afford one-on-one therapy. And so I wanted to make sure that I incorporated group therapy as a resource inside of this community for women who do want a safe space to invest in being well. I love you. I hope this message finds you with love. If you found any value in it, make sure you subscribe, comment below, and share just one thing that you learned. And make sure you send this to a friend. Okay. Ain't no fun if the homies can't have none. I love you. I'll see you next week. And hopefully, I'll be connecting with you inside the Well Kept community. See you there.